Gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back again here on a Sunday night. Sorry we missed you last week, and I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend, but we're back again here at Michigan International Speedway, and Terry is with me in the booth as always. Terry, what are we in store for tonight?
Sam, we might be in store for some blown motors. Haven't talked all over this track tonight from these drivers. They're really worried about these cars getting hot.
So that was actually something I heard too, Terry, right when drivers were practicing or in that 3 p.m. practice that Corey Rutherford so kind of put up every week. And drivers were saying that they were blinking, and you're really going to have to watch that draft tonight. You're going to have to really maintain your temperatures on these race cars here. Do we have a weather report here? Let's see if I can bring that up for everybody real quick. See how hot it is out there. Trying to find it here, Terry. There it is.
Well, right now we got track of 104, buddy. That thing's hot.
Track temp of 104, but it's only 78 degrees. So it is a hot day, but not all that hot. But drivers are still going to have to worry about those motors here tonight. So we're going to keep an eye on everybody, especially on those first laps where they're going to be at their fastest on them fresher tires. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight on True Sim Productions for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, brought to us by Savage Edge Custom Apparel. So make sure you go check out savageedge.com. It's the Marielle 240 here in Michigan. About a minute and a half left to go here in practice, and we're going to head right into qualifying. Terry, let's talk strategy. What do you think tonight? Drivers are going to get 4 sets of tires, and I believe you said they can only do about 20 laps on fuel. What do you got?
Yeah, 18 to 20 laps, like you said, on fuel there. Dude, everybody I've talked to about strategy tonight, a lot of these drivers are just wanting to finish the race. A few of them top 10s, one of them wanted top 10s. Few of them are happy with the top 15. So one strategy that I got to talk about, Sam, and that is between Ty Morosco, Taylor Butcher-Benjamin. Remember, we're going in round 2 of this bracket that we're doing. And Ty Morosco, Taylor Butcher-Benjamin are teammates. And they're going head-to-head tonight. Last season, Morosco finished 3rd, and Butcher-Benjamin finished 11th. So it's going to be interesting with these guys.
I actually forgot to grab that graphic. I should have grabbed it before the broadcast. I had a lot of other stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, remember, we do have that little head-to-head competition going on tonight. And Terry, there was one that I actually noticed during Track Talk, and that was Mark Arthur and Jamie Walker are supposed to be going up against each other. However, not seeing the 88 out there on track.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been kind of looking around, have not seen the 88, pull his car on the track. So I guess Mark Arthur's going to get an automatic bye if he doesn't show up tonight.
Unfortunately, with only a couple of seconds left in practice, it looks like that Mark Arthur is going to be taking that here tonight. Drivers are going to head down pit road, get ready for qualifying here at Michigan.
And so while we're doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and go through what bracket we have at the moment. Right now, we got Cody Gibson, which didn't race last season with us, up against the 64. Joshua Rutherford, he finished 33rd last season here. Again, you already talked about Walker and Arthur. We'll skip them. Here's another kind of interesting one. The 24 of Lawson going up against 28 of Hamlin. Lawson didn't race with us last season. Hamlin did. He finished 14th. Already we talked about Morosco and Benjamin. So we'll move on down to Kilroe Van Fleet. Kilroe 21st last season. Van Fleet 15. Then the next set we got Dave Seats in the 14 and then the 6 of Paulson. Paulson finished the race second. Seats finished 18th. So, I mean, is this something Paulson can pull off again? Then we go on down with Paul Ellison in the 55 and Corey Sherman in the 3. Ellison finished 30th. Sherman finished 6th. In my last bracket that I have, Sam, I got 17 of D's finished 7th last season against Chris Carroll in the 99, who actually won this race last season. So, Brian Dees has got his work cut out for him in that 17.
Somebody else, it sounds like, might have his work cut out for him is that 64 Joshua Rutherford. Taking a look at him right now out on track. You said he finished 33rd here last season, Terry. Want to point out, was a different car and different circumstances. So we're going to see what that 64 can do here tonight.
And Joshua Rutherford in that 64, he's one of the guys I got to talk to. Man, his big thing is, and a lot of these guys said the same thing, keep his car clean. Damage will slow this car down tremendously. So stay off that wall and let's not be curling up the front bumper.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, something interesting just happened. Chris Berg, that's a new name here in Blazing Pedals. First race here tonight. Just went fast, or top of the board here, 39.04 for the 66 of Chris Berg. That's actually interesting because Cody Gibson was the fastest driver out there in practice. Now he just got bumped down to third, whereas Ty Morosco just took over second spot with a 39.05. Crossed the line for his second lap, the 66 of Chris Berg. Not going to go any faster. Second lap, a little slower, 39.07.
And Ty Morosco in that one, he's pretty much staying right there in that second spot. That MFRD front row position.
And Casson, he was second on the board in practice. He just ran a 39.11 on his first lap. Good enough for fifth. Sam Lawson, Terry, you just talked about him going to get head against Mike Hamlin. He's now eighth on the board, and John Perkins just kind of snagged seventh from him, but eighth out there with a 39.20. And Mike Hamlin is actually on track right now, starting his qualifying run. So we're going to have to see where he ends up.
Talking to Sam Lawson in that 24 pre-race, Sam, he wants to just save his tires tonight, save that car. And Sam Lawson is shooting for a top 15. So word of mention, I want to give out with the both Rutherford boys, Dalton Kilroe, Brian Dees. Those guys done a 24-hour. They got done this morning. So I know all four of those guys retired. So we'll see. Hope these guys will stay awake for this race tonight.
Do you have any idea where they finished?
Right now, from what they said, they finished 8th in their class, but there's some stuff with iracing, I guess, is going on that they have to wait to make sure that is actually their finish. So kind of congratulations to them guys for getting in the top 10 there with an 8.
So Mike Hamlin, we were just watching his qualifying run, 14th. So a couple of spots behind the person he's going up against, the governor, Sam Lawson. Looks like that 28's having some electrical issues here tonight too, Terry. It's kind of blinking a little bit for me. I know I hate to use that word, but he was doing that there a couple of times down the backstretch.
Well, I guess get it out of the way. That's what I say. Get it out of the way.
Philip Van Vliet, 20th on the board. Now, what's interesting here, Terry, Chris Legou actually just finished up his run, but 26 on the charts. Not sure if maybe that's done on purpose because that car actually looked fast in practice.
I actually talked to Chris Legou in that 71. He kind of gave me a prediction without me asking for a prediction. He's predicting blown motors, but let's hope not. But Chris is actually looking for a top 15 out tonight out of that 71.
So as we're watching the 55 of Paul Ellison, I do want to point out that Dustin Ping went top of the board. A 38.98 for the 81 of Ping. So good run for Dustin. We've seen him up there a couple of times this season, Terry, since he joined the league a couple races back, but hasn't been able to seal home a win just yet. Maybe tonight's the night.
Dustin Ping, actually, Sam, he has done 5 races. This would be number 6 tonight. But Dustin Ping has worked his way up to 33rd in our points battle. We still got a lot of season to go here. So Dustin, I don't see him having a problem trying to work his way up to the top 10 in our points.
Well, how about Derek Paulson, Terry? He's on his qualifying run now. We got about 4 minutes left to go. On his first lap, 39.05. Good enough for 3rd place there. Just beat out his teammate, Ty Morosco.
Yeah, number 6, Derek Paulson. He wants to get out tonight without no damage on that car, that number 6. He just wants to be there in the end, Sam. He did not say what position he may want. He just wants that 6 car to finish. As I said, Paulson finished 2nd here last season. So right now he's sitting 3rd. Not a bad starting spot for him.
But Taylor Butcher Benjamin's also out on track.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin, it was kind of interesting. Of course, he wants to keep his car clean, but he's going to watch fuel. Now, Sam, we both know we've raced on this track before. This is a fuel track. I mean, you have to watch your fuel here.
Sorry, overlaid doing something funny on me there, Terry. It's not showing our driver pictures.
Well, what's up with that?
I know. SDK at its finest.
Take a week off and everything goes to crap, right?
That's normally how it goes. Where is
Well, let's
Taylor
not forget,
currently?
we got a halfway tonight, the TSP halfway at taking lap 61. We will be marking a halfway winner tonight for TSP. We got I think it's going to be a heck of a race here, man. 120 laps. So sit back, people, and enjoy this race.
Mark Arthur just went fastest, Terry. 38.93. He waited as long as he could to get out there, let the clouds roll over the track. As you can see there in 1 and 2, it's pretty cloudy over there. Cooled the racetrack down a little bit. He's able to go out there, send that number 12 around, and put it on pole as of right now.
Didn't get a chance to talk to the 12. I wanted to, but we started running up against go time. So sorry about that for all the Mark Arthur fans out there. Maybe we'll get to talk to him at the end of this thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's something that I forgot because we've had all this stuff going on the back end. We actually have to go down and do pre-race ceremonies real quick. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. All right, and thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Everybody, please go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. I'm trying to get the cameras to work properly for me here, as always. There we go.
Mark Arthur giving drivers a meeting right now and just telling them basic rules that we go by each and every week. Stay left. Well, yeah, stay right on pit road. Don't be passing people before the start finish line on the restarts or at the initial start. And just keep it clean, basically.
All right, well, with that being said, let's start rolling through that grid, Terry. Starting on pole here tonight is going to be Mark Arthur in the number 12 with Dustin Ping in the number 81 to his outside in second. Derek Paulson's going to be rolling off in third with Taylor Butcher Benjamin starting in fourth. Dalton Kilroe going to be starting in fifth with Chris Berg, newcomer, starting sixth. Ty Morosco rolling off in the seventh position with Cody Gibson to his outside in eighth. Steven Johnson is going to be starting in ninth with Chris Carroll rolling off in 10th. Moving on down in 11th, you have Hank Caston and Brian Dees, who's outside in 12th. Andy Poliski is going to be starting in 13th with John Perkins rolling off 14th. Sam Lawson, the governor, going to be starting in 15th position with Joshua Rutherford to his outside in 16th. Dave Seats is going to be starting in 17th position with Aaron Bach over to his outside in 18th. Paul Ellison starting in 19th with Corey Rutherford right beside him in 20th. Mike Hamlin back there in the 21st position with Brad Collins, who is outside in 22nd. We go back to Cody Sutphin in the 23rd position with Tanner Mard, who is outside in 24th. Going on down, Rick Thompson starting in 25th with Amanda Sherman rolling off 26th. Philip Van Fleet, the lone Dutchman, starting in 27th. Larry Bell, 28th. Corey Sherman, 29th. Brian Zimmerman, 30th. Michael Miller, 31st. Donald Bennett in the 32nd position. Fred Thompson, 33rd. Chris Legou, 34th. Ryan Flanagan, 35th. Joe Alberico in 36th. And rounding out the field tonight is Mike Massengill in the number 20 in 37th.
Take a breath. I was ready for you that time, Sam.
Was you?
I was.
I just ran with it.
That's all good, man. That's all good. All right. We got the pace car out there running these guys around. We got Mark Arthur again starting on that MFRD pole. Along with Dustin Ping in that 81 on his outside. I'm doing the same thing you are, saying my camera messed up on me.
Oh, there's just a slew of problems going on tonight, Terry, as always.
I set it during practice, and for some reason, when they go to start this race, I have to reset it again.
Here we go. Mark Arthur, Dustin Ping going to lead him down. Got Derek Paulson and Taylor Butcher Benjamin right behind him. Out of turn number 4, pace car is off the track.
Man, Mark's almost got a car length already on Ping, and we're not even green yet.
Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here for the Marielle 240.
Mark Arthur had a nice, didn't even really jump, but it seemed like Ping just laid back a little bit for Arthur to go ahead and go as Paulson looks underneath a Ping right now.
Sorry about that, Terry. Again, multiple issues going on right now. It's awesome, let me tell you. Mark Arthur out to the race lead right now, going down to the back straightaway. But Derek Paulson looking for that second position as they go into turns 3 and 4. Going to slide up, almost slight contact there with the number 81. And look at the just gaggle behind them, Terry. Everybody going for position back here.
Oh, my God. 2 of Johnson. Wow. 66. Man, yeah, I got them all out there.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin goes all the way to the top side of the racetrack here in 1 and 2, trying to get a run on his teammate Ty Morosco, who's running right up above Steven Johnson there in that number 2 Lowe's red Chevy Camaro. Chris Berg, the newcomer. He's dropped 2 spots since the start of this race, looking to get one of them back right here on Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Good run through the center of the corner for the number 66. Now to the inside of the 2, Steven Johnson.
It's like 36, Hake Caston trying to get a spot on Taylor Butcher Benjamin in that 10. There for a minute, and the 36 actually had to fit in between the 10 and 7. And I didn't know if he was going to fit, but he made it work.
Well, we got a change up here for the lead, Terry. Dustin Ping has found his way around Mark Arthur. Ping to the lead.
Ping in the lead, and already with over a half a second lead.
So that's the thing here, Terry, is Mark maybe trying to conserve a little bit of tire. You see Derek Paulson hanging right with them. And these guys are out on Dalton Kilrow about 0.6 of a second right now. Dalton's now finally in some clean air, but he's got Chris Berg right behind him.
And Chris Berg needs to watch out for that other MFRD car, that number 1 behind him of Ty Morosco, along with Stephen T. Johnson. Oh, Ty Morosco up a little bit, really close to that wall. Had to back off, let the 36 of Casting go.
Again, could be a little bit of strategy right now. Also, it could be him touching the wall right there, as you said, Terry, but a lot of people are going to be playing different strategies here. We've seen this race play into a fuel race every time almost. As the 23 looks to the inside of the 24 here through the center of the corner. Battle for 15th.
Nice little battle back here between the 24, 23, and the 55 of Ellison.
Yeah, 23 got right up on the back bumper of that 55. Basically pushed him down the straightaway. And now we go, you see Kobe Sutphin. He got around the 24 Lawson. Lawson actually fighting with his head-to-head competitor right now, Terry, Mike Hamlin.
It actually is. And I don't know if you see it, but Hamlin's actually kind of having a little bit of electric issues, as the Lawson is now getting challenged pretty much by that 76 of Rick Thompson.
Thompson's got a good run up on the high side of the racetrack. We're watching the battle back here. This is for 18th, 19th, 20th, all these positions back here. We got to go back up to the front and check out Dustin Ping, who's now 1.2 seconds out ahead of Derek Paulson, who found his way around Mark Arthur.
I think Dustin Ping is going to have to be careful what he's doing. He's going to wear those tires out quickly doing this.
And you only have 4 sets for 120 laps. And again, no competition caution here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's only for road courses. This is 120 laps straight up. We get no cautions. They're going to go green the whole way.
Now, we've seen a lot of these guys, again, this is a fuel race. You have to pay attention to your fuel on this track. We know one guy can do that here. That is the 41 of Dalton Kilrow, which, where is he right now, Sam? Back in 6th place.
Yeah, back here in 6th.
I know he's not saving yet, but you guarantee that 41 will be light pedaling it later. Sam, you got people out there hollering at you in chat, buddy.
I see that. I just keep getting all kinds of stuff going on the back end here that I'm trying to keep under control. So if I go quiet for just a second here, Terry, I do apologize.
You're fine. I'm just watching the 66. Chris Berg got around the 12 of Mark Arthur. Now working on the back of the 6, getting down underneath the 6 of Paulson, trying to take that second place away from him. Now St. Caston now is actually trying to put a challenge on the Mark Arthur in the 36. Chris Berg decided that he didn't want no part of Paulson at the moment, laid back, got in between him and Arthur.
Yeah, our driver details just are not working tonight, Terry.
Daggone. Then back up front, we still have Dustin Ping leading this race. Over a second and a half in the lead over the second place car of Derek Paulson. Chris Berg kind of looking again up underneath the 6 of Paulson, decides not to go again.
Okay. We're not going to worry about that right now. I'll try and figure it out later.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin back here. I don't know if Carroll's trying to pass him or he's trying to pass Carroll. Either way, Carroll is coming out the victor of this as he gets around the 10 of Butcher Benjamin. and now starting to work on the 7 car of Cody Gibson. Again, we saw Cody Gibson. He was fast in practice earlier, and we'll see what happens to him. Oh, here comes the 33. John Perkins underneath the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Side by side here coming out of turn number 2. This is a battle for your 12th position, or I'm sorry, 11th position. John Perkins trying to take it over. Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to hang on to it. He does for now as we go back down into 3 and 4. But Terry, we're on lap 10, about halfway through this first fuel run. Drivers are going to have to start thinking about pit road here very soon.
Absolutely. And if we don't have a caution, Sam, I think pit road's going to get busy with, I don't know how many cars we got here, 30-some cars? 37 cars.
37 cars out on track.
It's going to get busy on pit road here in about 7 to 9 laps. As Dustin Ping, looks like he's getting challenged.
He's getting challenged big.
Yeah,
he's getting challenged big time, Terry. He's got heavy damage to that right side. I think that he might have gotten a little tight. You start wearing out them tires, Terry. You know what happens. You just start getting tight.
We're sorry we didn't catch that for you guys, but Dustin Ping now falls back to third. The 36 at Caston is actually reeling him in quickly as Derek Paulson and Chris Berg is your 1 and 2 runners at the moment.
I tell you what, Derek Paulson did a good job getting around him, and now he's got to do a good job of hanging on to the lead because, as you said, Chris Berg there now in second. He's up 4 spots since the start of this race, having a good run out there for his first time. But again, are these drivers hurting themselves? Because we've had drivers like Mark Arthur actually on pit road, Terry. Mark Arthur with a blown engine, Terry.
Oh, no.
The number 12 of Mark Arthur on pit road with a blown engine.
Not good for the 12 tonight. Not a good way to start. We got a long stretch coming up. 66 trying to look on the outside of Paulson right now. Berg still hanging outside to the right side of the car of the 6.
I was trying to see what happened there to Mark Arthur, Terry. We got a battle for the lead. We'll go back and take a look at that in a second. See who actually prevails with the race lead here.
I'll kind of watch the infield too, Sam, and maybe Mark get up there and talk to us. Chris Berg, I believe, he led that lap there. Paulson backs off a little bit. Berg gets down in front of him. 36 Casson still working his way up toward the front, bringing along Dalton Kilroy in that 41 car.
I'm also keeping an eye on the infield care center, Terry. Maybe we can get a word from the number 12.
I seen him out there in chat. Mark, if you're there, man, please jump into the infield care center. I'd like to get a word with you. As Chris Berg now has a nice car length and a half at lead in front of the 6 of Paulson. Caston looking underneath the 6 of Paulson. Is he going to push the issue? Nope, not yet. He ain't.
He got a really good run right there, though, Terry. It almost looked like he was trying to get that left rear quarter panel, maybe loosen up that race car of Paulson and try and get a run underneath him, but he lost a lot of time going down the backstretch.
Yeah, and him slowing down like that gave that the 41 of Dalton Kilroy a chance to actually get closer to him. And Sam, we have Mark Arthur down in the infield care.
Oh, let's bring him up. You got him, Terry.
Well, buddy, what happened with that 12 car?
She like me. She got tired.
She got tired. Mark, you only went 15 laps, buddy.
Yeah, I was saving fuel. I was going to try to take a strategy of going a lap or two longer than everybody else, but these cars with that much tape, when you start even just clutching it and shutting the engine off or whatever, they start to get hot, and I was letting people by because I was trying to save tires, save fuel, and then Hank Casson got by me, and I tried to push him down the straightaway, and right after he got by me, it just started getting weak, and she let go.
So do you think if you're in a draft, it's going to hurt that car?
I didn't really do any much to hurt it, but just pushing him down one straightaway, it kind of let go of me. So I'd advise people not to get close and not to try to save fuel because she let go really easy.
So what do you got, about a 30-minute fix on this?
Yeah, it was 31 minutes. I'm down to 28 minutes now, but I'll be back out there. But good news is Jamie didn't show up for whatever reason, so I get lucky and get the advance again.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that at the beginning, at the top of the show, and Mark Arthur is actually moving on. So, good job.
I got that
good job, Mark.
I got that Dalton Kiro horseshoe up my butt in the bracket, I guess.
Yeah, right. So, all right, buddy. Well, you go back down where you was, and we're gonna call this race. We'll see that 12 out here in about 30 minutes or so, buddy.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Thanks.
Driver the number 12, Mark Arthur, too busy eating his snack to interview us properly, Terry.
Well, I had to cut it short because you and I both know we start asking questions. If we ask Mark what time it is, he wants to tell us how to build a clock first. Then he'll tell you what time it is.
That's true. He probably wrote the plans on how to build a clock.
That's right. Hank Cass is still trying to challenge that 6 of Paulson.
Yeah, he's been working on the back bumper of Paulson here for the last couple of laps. Finally has a good enough run to be able to get side by side with him. But maybe
actually, Paulson laid over for him.
I was going to say, because this might be some strategy here, only because they can only do about 20 laps on fuel. So we're right here in this pit window. We're going to start seeing guys come down pit road here very shortly.
Yeah, if you look now, right behind Caston, we got the 6, 41, and 1 of these guys, of the MFRD drivers. I mean, they're only missing Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
These guys are going to work. Steven Johnson, first driver to come down pit road. It's one of them.
Here
Literally
we go.
the only one here on lap 20.
So I wonder if he's doing this because he doesn't want to get messed around with the rest of these guys.
I mean, it's possible, or maybe these other guys can just go one extra lap. I have no idea. I mean, said about 20 laps, so we're going to have to find out. Maybe a few drivers saved a little bit of fuel. I mean, you heard Mark was trying to do it, so maybe others were doing it and made it work.
All right, we got the 55 Ellison and 31 Bennett, and they're all calling in. So Kaliski in the 32 is calling his pitch. So I think we're going to see a lot of guys. Here comes Ping in 81.
Casting on pit
14
road.
seats.
A lot of drivers on pit road right now.
Good job out of Ping. Get over that right-hand side of that pit road. Didn't get in trouble that way. Good job, Ping.
Yeah, Ping actually is really hurting right now. We're probably going to see him try and stay on pit road a little bit longer, maybe to try to get a little damage fixed. Because if you get heavy damage on these cars, Sarah, you know just as well as anybody, it's really going to hurt the aerodynamics of that race car, and you're not going to have a good rest of your night.
Here comes the leaders, Sam. 66, 6, 41, 1, 99, Carroll. We got 5 of them right here.
We got more than that, Terry. We got about 16, 17, 19 cars on pit road right now. 21, 22. Just keeps coming.
My screen is not that big, and that's all I'm looking at is what's on my screen.
Well, I'm showing right now, Terry, 25 drivers have come down pit road here on lap 22.
Oh, no, the one. Ty Maraska overshot his pit and had to back up.
Not good for Ty Morosco. Everybody's getting out ahead of him. Derek Paulson with a good stop, though.
And right now, Sam, everybody pretty much is doing fuel only. I mean, Chris Berg, he took tires.
That's probably a mistake on his part. How about this, Terry? Battle going on, coming off the pit road. Hank Caston's there. Derek Paulson and him going to be side by side. This is basically for the race lead. Ryan Flanagan's leading right now, but he should be coming down pit road right here. And he is.
So, say Stephen T. Johnson, he also, in that number 2, he also got tires. And he's running up in 8th place at the moment. That's the time in the scoring show him anyway.
Is this maybe a strategy? Just kind of offset yourself from everybody else, what everybody else is doing. Try and get some track position here. Go run as hard as you can. Maybe not as hard as you can, but you're not going to be able to take tires the next go around. So hopefully he can get out there and get the lead, maybe gain some time on these guys. But I don't know. I don't know if I like that strategy.
So the fastest guy in practice, as I said before, is that 7 of Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson also took tires.
He's making them work right now, making quick work of that number 55 of Paul Ellison right now in 3 and 4. Chris Berg right behind him. So that's 13th, 14th, and 15th. Hank Caston, currently your race leader.
Hank Caston, almost a little over half a second lead over second place Derek Paulson right now.
Well, I tell you what, Terry, we just finished our first round of pit stops. They should be coming back down here on around, I'd say lap 42, 43. We got something special we got to debut here tonight, Terry. Do you know what it is?
Buddy, I have no clue.
It's actually a new commercial that we got from Savage Edge.
Okay, I have seen that commercial. It's pretty cool.
All right, so that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, brand new Savage Edge commercial from your very own Corey Sherman. That's what we're taking a look at right here. Up 11 spots since the start of this race. Currently sitting in 18th position, working his way around Sam Lawson right now in the number 24.
Looks like Corey Sherman in that 3 was one of them that actually took tires. I've kind of been watching him. He got around the 5 and reached for the 24. Lawson just out here trying to make some tracks and get that car up there in the top 10, I think. And so everybody go out there to Savage Edge. Order your kitten holders. I mean, it doubles as a hat too, or a toque wherever you're from. Cover up your ears.
Yeah, Corey sent that to me the other day, and I just was like, this is awesome. So everybody make sure you go check out savageedge.com, where you can also get yourself a True Sim Productions t-shirt like Corey had on in the beginning of that commercial.
Absolutely. Now, as you've seen, Corey will put anything on anything for you except shot glasses, evidently. And I've always made that a joke. But I tell you what, though, Sam, I want to give a big shout out to Corey and Amanda over there at Savage Edge. Those guys stepped up to bring us this season. I mean, we can't do it without our sponsors, you know. And thanks to Savage Edge, MF, Racing Design, CJR Graphics, Mullet Music, Butt Kicker, Southern Shores Realty, Priority Auto, and of course us, the TSP group here. So thanks to all of our sponsors out there.
I actually just ordered a sticker from Corey the other day, Terry.
Nice. What to say?
It says, well, it says "Long Live Horrorwood."
I'm thinking that's a racetrack around you.
No, it's for a band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna go on the back of my car.
There you go. Well, talk about cars. Hank Caston running in seconds. He is 4 seconds behind first place driver right now, Stephen T. Johnson, in that number 2 Lowe's. Is that a Chevrolet? Is that what he's
That is a
driving?
Chevy,
Yeah, it
yep.
is.
So that's the thing here, Terry. I mean, he drove from, I think it was about 8th spot on them new tires to get back up here in the lead, or to take over the lead, I should say. You said 4.2 seconds right now over Hank Caston. Now he has the advantage, but is he going to take tires the next round of pit stops? I don't think so.
Oh, man. Well, I didn't think we was going to have drivers take tires this last pit stop, but we did. So anything's possible.
Terry, it looks like I'm reading chat. It looks like we had another driver have a blown engine. Looks like the number 23. Looks like he has front end damage there as well.
I didn't remember if I seen Kobe in our team speak or not. Kobe, if you are in the team speak and watching this, jump into the infield care center. We'd love to talk to you.
Gap now 4.6 seconds to Chris Berg, who's on fresh tires. Just got around Hank Caston. Probably about another 10 laps or so, we're going to see green flag pit stops once again here, Terry. And I think that's when we're going to see the 4 tire changes for everybody who took fuel only last time.
And that's going to be a slew of cars when that happens. And, you know, we talked about Corey in that number 3. He's up 17 spots now, saying he's up in that 12th position. But the leader right now, Johnson, working around the 46 of Fred Thompson. Fred, we love you, brother. I'm glad you're here with us.
I tell you what, Terry, you brought up Corey Sherman. I went back and looked. He was a driver that took tires there. 14.82 second pit stop, running there in 12th. So, again, trying to change up the strategy here a little bit.
Chris Berg is actually running him down. Not very fast, but he is actually gaining time on Steven Johnson. Now we've just seen Cody Gibson coming to the picture. He is now in the top 3. Another driver that is on fresh tires.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to play into their favor later on in the race, Terry. This is a really bold strategy to take tires your very first run. Only 20 laps on them.
I think I see who favor this is actually playing into. That guy in the number 4, back in number 4, Hank Caston in the 36 car. He takes tires this pit stop, Sam. I think you'll be sitting golden.
He does have Derek Paulson right behind him, and then another MFRD teammate, Dalton Kilrow, there running in 6th. Chris Carroll's found his way up into 7th. Then another MFRD driver, Brian Dees, right behind him in 8th. Corey Sherman actually just found his way up inside the top 10. Right in front of him is Donald Bennett in that 31 car. He's up 23 spots from the start of this race. He's another driver that took tires, Terry.
Well, you brought up the 99 car of Carroll. I actually talked to him before the race here. He's in here tonight, dude. He said he wants to play the long game. He just wants to be here at the end of this race.
Corey Sherman looking to the inside of that 31 of Donald Bennett, trying to take over the 9th position. Oh, real tight right there, Terry.
Woo-wee. Yeah,
I think
real
Corey
tight
might
right
be
there between the 31 and the 3.
I think Corey might be getting just a little tight here on this longer run with them fresher tires. Might have overdrove it just a little bit, trying to work his way through the field.
Well, Sam, they're both pretty much on the same set of tires.
You see Donald, he's holding a good line up there on the high side. He's going to have the momentum going down the backstretch here. Corey trying to get up next to him and side draft him. Good battle going on for 9th.
That's a real good battle there. Man, as we look right behind Sherman in that 28 of Hamlin, still having electric issues in that 28 car.
Yeah, but he's doing good maintaining it right now, holding on to 11th. How about somebody we haven't talked about a whole lot tonight? Rick Thompson, that number 76 Southern Shore Realty Ford Mustang. Running there in 12th, Terry, up 13 spots since the start of this race.
So as we heard Mark Arthur talk about, he's trying to push somebody a little bit. I don't think Thompson wants to be directly behind Hamlin there. I think that's going to hurt that car. Maybe. Yeah, I hate to see these guys blow up. And if you look at chat, Sam, Kobe Suffin actually said it was a self-inflicted wound that got him out of the race tonight. Kobe, we're sorry to hear that, man. And we move on to Bristol next week for 300 laps. So that ought to be exciting.
So Steven Johnson, still your race leader right now. Gap has shrunk a little bit, Terry, 3.7 seconds to Chris Berg in 66.
Again, all three of these top drivers of Johnson, Berg, Gibson, all on the
coming
fresher
up pit
tire.
road.
Oh, here we go. I'll stay on Johnson. I'm going to see what he does about tires here.
Great camera angle, iRacing. You think you go to a camera that pulls it back, right? But no. A couple other drivers are following Steven down pit road here today. It looks like Chris Carroll in the number 99, Rick Thompson, Ty Morosco, John Perkins, all these guys coming down pit road.
Well, Johnson took tires.
All right. There's no way he's going to be able to go the whole way with, you're going to have to double stint at least one set of tires tonight, I think.
Absolutely.
But is he maybe just saying, give me the tires, I'll go out and try and get this lead, maintain this lead, get as much distance on second as I can, and then you kind of have a little bit of room to play with at the end of the race. A lot of other drivers are heading down pit road.
Oh, right now, you remember, Steven Johnson's actually won a race this season, Sam. And right now he is sitting in 8th place in our points.
Chris Berg stayed out on the racetrack. He took over the race lead. Cody Gibson on pit road. He did not take tires, Terry. He was one of the drivers who took tires the first go. This time around did not take tires. We know that 36 of Hank Caston, he most definitely took tires, which he did. 14.73 second pit stop for the 36. There's a bunch of other drivers are bringing it down pit side right now. Mike Hamlin in the 28 hitting his box right now. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Andy Poliski.
Man, just a slew of them. Lawson's in.
Yeah, but if you notice, a lot of these guys are pitting one lap later than everybody else. I mean, there is a lot of different strategies going on right now. Steven Johnson being one of the first ones on pit road there on lap 39. And then you got other drivers coming in here on lap 40, 42, 43. So I think that there's people trying to play this long game, as you said, Terry. And I think the drivers who are able to go a couple extra laps, those are the one you're going to have to keep your eye on. Kind of like the two out in the lead right now, Dalton Kilrow and Brian Dees, who have yet to bring it down pit side.
Yeah, I was going to say Chris Berg brought her down pit road and relinquished the lead over to Dalton Kilrow. And like you said, 17, Brian Dees just called out his pit stop.
We're going to keep an eye on the 41. Let's see if Dalton brings it down this time. He does. Flames coming out the pipes. He's going to wear that car down. Bring it on pit road. His teammate follows behind him. We're going to have to see now what this number 89 car is going to do, Terry, because that's the lone Dutchman. He's going to bring it down pit side this lap as well.
Yeah, I went over to Derek Paulson, and he's actually coming back out on pit road.
Well, here's the thing, Terry. We've had 4 drivers stay out longer than anybody else. Dalton Kilrow, Brian Dees, Joshua Rutherford, and Philip Van Vliet. And those two actually just hit pit road. Joshua and Philip, they both just hit pit road. So I don't know. These are 4 drivers we're going to have to keep an eye on here later in the race because they're going to be able to go longer than anybody else. And they're getting tires, so now they're going to have the freshest tires out of everybody else.
Dalton Kilrow just had to give the lead back over to Steven Johnson. I still think Hank Caston in that 36 car is going to prevail in this thing. Chris Berg did not take tires on his last pit stop. So that puts Hank Caston right behind Chris Berg. We know he'll probably catch him here in a little bit with them fresher tires.
So we just finished up this round of pit stops. Let's go ahead and take another quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Back live here. We're looking at Chris Berg right now in that 66. And Sam, I've been watching him through the break. He's one of the only out of a couple cars that did not take tires on this last pit stop, and it is showing horribly. He had to let at least 3 cars around him. Right now, he's got a lap car of Sherman, Amanda Sherman that is, actually starting to challenge him. So, we talked about the tires, the first pit stop, he took them, and now he's paying the price.
Amanda Sherman being scored 28th position, 1 lap down right now. She's actually the first car 1 lap down. She did take tires her last pit stop, last pit on lap 43. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, she is. She's the 3rd car 1 lap down. Larry Bell's the 1st car 1 lap down. Dustin Payne back there, he is in 27th, 1 lap down. But yeah, Terry, I tell you what though, for Chris Berg, You mentioned it. He didn't take tires. However, he's holding on to that 5th position. Dalton Kilroe's right behind him there. They got Joe Alberico in between them. So Dalton's got to get there, get around the lap car, then get around Berg. But Berg's doing a good job holding on to this top 5 spot.
He absolutely is. And here comes Kilroe now. But you mentioned, we looked at Amanda Sherman, that 8 car. When I talked to her, she needs to get some points back, Sam, because she missed 2 or 3 races in a row. So Amanda is out here just trying to get points back for that 8 team for the end of the season.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, over on TNA Motorsports Facebook page, and also on Savage Edge Gaming on Twitch and YouTube, you can watch TNA Shop Talk, where they talk about the race and pretty much anything else you want to talk about over there, right there?
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. Like Sam said, 8 o'clock sharp, as long as Corey remembers how to push the buttons to get us moving on. And we're all of us are always on camera, so tune in and you can put faces to voices now. So, and you get to see the new inside the new Studio 86 of where I'm sitting at now. So, heck yeah, come by, drop us a line, say hey.
Well, right now, Steven Johnson, he's doing a really good job maintaining his pace right now, Terry. Out there in the lead. He's got a 7.4 second lead over Hank Caston. But again, when is Steven Johnson going to take that gamble and not take a set of tires?
I can see him doing it this next pit stop, Sam. I don't believe he's pushing that number 2 as hard as he did last time. Looks like he's just cruising around, man, now on a Sunday afternoon drive.
Remember, he last pit on lap 39. So they can do about 20 laps on fuel. He's going to be coming down here in the next 4 or 5 laps. Let's keep an eye on this 2 car here. Hank Caston working his way around some lap traffic here. Just got around Fred Thompson out of the outside of Dave Seats in the number 14. And Seats being scored 32nd right now. Looks
Dave
like 2
Seats.
laps down.
He's going to have, turns to 36, Caston.
Oh, my!
Oh,
Big
the 46. Wow.
Derek Paulson trying to get through. Everybody's going to have to slow down for this one. We caught that live. I was watching timing and scoring there, Terry. Oh, my goodness.
Hank Caston in the wrong place at the wrong time for that 36 car.
Here's the question. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think Garrett's going to have his work cut out for him on this one, Terry. It looks like Hank tries to turn into the corner. It looks like Dave just doesn't turn into the corner.
Wow.
So you could look at that as Dave come up on the 36, or Hank was just trying to turn into the corner, and looks like Dave didn't really give him a whole lot of room there.
Well, when the hammer drops, buddy, I'll let you know what he says for sure.
Yeah, Fred Thompson heavy involved. Man.
So now,
first cause caution of the evening, Terry. Now what do you do, especially if you're Steven Johnson?
I'm pitting at least for fuel. And he is pitting.
Yeah, he's going to bring pretty much the whole field with him. I think everybody's going to take fuel here. See, we got Jamie Walker out in chat there. He said he's just checking in. Said sorry he can't make it tonight. Said he had a family get-together and that'll see us next week.
But Jamie, we miss you, bud. You know that for a fact. And too bad you would. I'll get that thought right back. All right, Sam, the hammer has spoken. That is going to be on the 14 of Dave Seats. His explanation was the 36 being on the top, the 14 being below him, washed up onto the 36. And also we've seen it where it collected the 46 of Fred Thompson. Now, Jamie, back to you. Buddy, if you got in this race, you could have beat Mark Arthur tonight for the heads up bracket. Because Mark Arthur actually right now is sitting out. He's 44 laps down with a blown motor. So he should be coming back out on track here shortly, I would think. Oh, he is on track. There he is.
Looking through TeamSpeak here, Terry. I was gonna see if we couldn't get a quick in-car interview with somebody. Trying to see who we got here. How about, you know what? We haven't talked to him in a while, have we? How about Rick Thompson?
We can do that.
Let me bring him up here. Rick Thompson, driver of the number 76. Sam and Terry in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, that car's looking fast out there. You're sitting there in 7th position, up 18 spots since the start of this race. What's your plan going forward here now that we got this caution kind of breaks everything up?
Yeah, it came a little earlier than what I wanted, but, you know, it's all right. I can adapt on that. I'm just really worried about trying to keep the car cool enough. It gets hot whenever you get too close to anybody in front of you, so you can't draft really close at all or for fear of blowing the dang thing up.
How are we looking on tires before I let you go?
Looking good on tires. We're right on schedule. We should be good.
All right, man. Hey, I'm going to get you back down to your team. Looks like we're one to green right here. Good luck in the rest of the race.
Appreciate it, Sam.
Had to get a quick interview there, Terry. I didn't realize we were going 1 to green that quick. Michigan. Make sure I got him back down in the right channel. I did. All right, cool. Rick Thompson, you heard him there. He says you got to really watch your temperatures here, Terry. So every driver's worried about that.
Yeah, yes. Again, I interviewed all the guys that I got to interview at the beginning of the race. Every driver, I shouldn't say guys, Amanda is out there. I mean, all the drivers did say they're kind of worried about these things overheating. Now, we've already seen 2 cars leave the track because of this problem.
I tell you what, Terry, we got a caution. We got the cameras. Dalton Kilroe, Steven Johnson going to fire him off here, and we're going to crank it up. Looks like we're going to be back under caution. Looks like we got a big one here. Go back and take a look. Oh, Corey Sherman and Ty Morosco make contact. Brian Dees involved. And then Dees gets tagged by Gibson. Let's go back and get another look further back in the field there. Yeah, everybody's just trying to check up back here. Just got a couple incidents there, but it all starts up here with Sherman getting into Morosco, tags him, and Brian Dees, just unfortunate, gets into the side of his teammate, sends him up into the outside wall, comes down in front of Cody Gibson. Cody Gibson now has front end damage, Terry, and now he's really going to have to worry about watching his temperatures.
Absolutely, man. He has to bring that thing down pits, get a little bit of work done on that thing, most likely. And Sam, I'm watching that. As I keep watching that, I can't. It looks like it might be the 28. I don't know what car it was, but man, it looks like he just went right into the wall without nobody touching him.
We got a few drivers on pit road. Let's talk to the race leader right now, because he actually just took the TSP halfway award under caution here. So let's bring him up and talk to him. That's Derek Paulson. Let me get him here. Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6. Sam and Terry up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, man, couple of your teammates were involved in that one. Wondering if you heard anything over the radio there. What happened?
Oh, I heard some colorful commentary after that.
I'm sure you did.
What I was told or heard is the 3 kind of maybe overdrive the corner and got into the 1. But I wasn't back there to see it, so I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you'll find out from the hammer. But, hey, Out there leading this race, 6 car looks good. You took tires your last pit stop. What's the strategy going forward tonight?
Probably take tires now the rest of the way. I think we're all going to be good on fuel, so it's just going to be a race to an end now.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for talking with us. We'll get you back down there with your team. Good luck in the rest of the race.
Yep, thank you.
Derek Paulson, driver of the number 6.
So Sam, the Hammer, actually got in here. Wait a minute. Who's leading this race right now?
Derek Paulson.
Guess who is our halfway winner?
I just said that, Terry.
Oh, well, see, I had to mute you.
Oh,
okay.
Had to mute me.
Thank you for saying that. I'm sorry. But the Hammer came down, put it on the 3. Kind of the same thing with the 14 and 36, Sam. The 3 washed up a little bit, got into the 1, got the 1 sideways, which then all heck broke loose. So the 3 getting the EOL.
That's a shame because, I mean, Corey Sherman was having a really good run there. Now he's going to have to fight his way back up to the field once again, sitting back there in 23rd. But Ty Morosco got some pretty heavy damage, but I tell you the one who got the worst out of that was Brian Dees. So, and actually, Terry, we got him in the infield care center. So you want to talk to him? I'll bring him up.
Yeah, let's pull up Dees.
You got him.
Brian Dees, Sam and Terry, got us?
I got you guys.
So you said you're tired. How you feeling now?
I'm wide awake, and I'll be honest, I'm a little heated.
Okay. What happened with you, buddy?
To try to put it as nice as possible, I think it's just some dumb racing. We were 3 wide, or it was 3 wide right in front of me. I might have been 3 wide as well, I'm not sure. But it seemed to me like the 3 car didn't take tires that run and decided to race everybody and push it into the turn like he was on fresh ones, and didn't decide to lift and just slid right up into my teammate into the 1, and I just got collected in it. So I guess that's how it is with close quarters racing like this on a restart, but yeah, I'm not too happy about it.
All right, Brian, you'll be able to get to 17 back out, get some points tonight?
I don't know. We'll take a look and see how it is. I know with even just a little bit of damage, it's really tough.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to start seeing cars blow up now because some of these cars are getting damaged on them now. So we'll see, I guess, buddy.
Yeah, we might try to get it back out there and see what the temps are like, see if we can run a few laps. If not, we'll get back after it next week.
Oh, yeah, buddy. We go to Bristol next week. And right now, Mr. Dees, you're up against Chris Carroll on the head-to-head. Carroll's sitting in the 3rd place. So bad night for that 17, buddy. Sorry to see that.
Yeah, I didn't like my chances coming into that matchup, coming into this race too much. So, yeah, definitely don't like them now.
All right. Well, we'll get you back down to your team, buddy. Thank you.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Yep.
Driver the number 17, Brian Dees, and you can hear it, Terry, not happy, rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean, you get caught up in something that really wasn't your fault. You're definitely going to be a little heated.
Yeah, just so much disappointment coming out of that 17 car, man. And now he's got to sit there and wait for that thing to get fixed up a little bit and try to get it back out on track to, keep some points going.
Well, we heard it from Derek Paulson. He said you could probably take tires from here on out. I mean, unless you're Steven Johnson. I don't know if he's got enough sets to make it. He's working the outside of Rick Thompson right now, trying to take over that 4th spot. Chris Carroll up to 2nd, right behind Derek there. Chris Berg trying to make his way around the number 99 right now down the backstretch.
And as I just talked to Dees, Dees right now sitting 10th in our points battle. So, I'm sure Dees wants to get out there and try to gain some points, try to stay up there in that top 10 of points.
It's not surprising, though, to see this number 6 of Paulson out leading the way here, Terry. I mean, if you have the stats up, didn't he finish well here last year?
Yes, Paulson actually finished 2nd to Mark Arthur. To Mark Arthur. Mark's out. So, 76 sliding up onto the 99. Wow, that was close.
Not giving him any room there, Terry.
Ooh-wee.
That was a good move there by Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson on a tear right now, trying to get in some positions.
And you know Chris Berg's back there said, come on, guys, let's not be wrecking.
Look at that. Rick Thompson with a classic slide job move into
That
3 and
was
4
power.
to just take over that second spot. Rick Thompson up 23 spots from the start of this race, ladies and gentlemen.
And Carroll and Thompson both on the same set of tires, pretty much. They both pitted on 56 when they get them tires. Thompson now looking at the 6. Got him a little loose, Sam.
Here he comes. Rick Thompson looking for the race lead, coming out of 2. Side by side down the back straightaway. Chris Carroll going to give Derek Paulson a shot here going into 3 and 4, trying to push him out back to the lead. I don't know. That 76 looks fast right now. Still side by side here coming out of turn number 4.
And we still got a battle for the 3rd place, too, between the 66 and 99 of Carroll and Berg. But don't count Hamlin out. Hamlin's back there just waiting to pounce on somebody to mess up.
This is a really good battle up here between 1st through almost 7th. Oh, we're 3
Wow.
back here. Brian Zimmerman to the bottom side of the racetrack. Looking to the inside of that 76. Thinks better of it. Backs out. He's going to slide back in line and try again.
Man, Zimmy just, where'd he come from?
That's a good question. Brian Zimmerman also up 24 spots since the start of this race. Up there in 6th.
Wow. 66 really working on that 28 car of Mike Hamlin, trying to get that position or keep his position. As Perkins just now, man, not Perkins, I'm sorry, Paulson and Thompson still battling out up front.
Still side by side for the race lead on lap 69 of 120. Thompson trying to get up and clear him, almost contact coming off of 2.
He is making Paulson use up that car.
I don't know. You think Thompson might be using up his tires right now? Oh, a little bit of contact right there.
Try to get that 6 maybe a little loose as he pulls a little bit of a slide job, gets up in front of the 6.
They definitely make contact right there. You see Rick Thompson trying to go down and defend it right now because Paulson's going to look back to the inside, try and retake this race lead here. We're on lap 70 of 120.
Man, was Thompson actually blocking Carroll right there? Because Carroll trying to get it around the 6 on the top side, and then they get into turn 1 and 2, and Carroll had to actually drop back a little bit.
Not sure what Thompson was trying to do right there, but doesn't matter. He got out to the race lead. He's in that clean air now. He's starting to pull away just a little bit from Derek Paulson.
Been a while since Rick Thompson's actually won a race here in Blazing Pedals.
I remember his one win that he got.
Well, you're going to have to refresh my memory because I remember that he's Daytona, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I was pushing him.
Okay, yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Matter of fact, that was last season, Sam. I'm looking back through my stats that I have. It was last season that he won that.
It was.
Carroll underneath the 6 and Paulson trying to get up underneath this, and he does get underneath the 76 and Thompson.
Thompson's not going to give him any room now.
Pushing up bad.
Tries to slide up in front of Thompson there, Terry, but I don't know. He almost had a 2-for-1 special right there in 3 and 4.
Absolutely. All right, 76 of Thompson still running second now behind the 99 of Carroll. Oh, Derek Paulson gets so close to the back of the 76 as the 66 of Berg gets behind the 6. We got a ton of stuff going on here.
49 laps to go here at Michigan International Speedway. And Rick Thompson trying to hold on to that second spot. Chris Carroll got around both of them, now maintains the race lead. Chris Berg is right behind him. Same with Mike Hamlin sitting in 5th.
I mean, we got an all-out battle here in the top, 5, 6, 7 cars,
More
8
than
cars.
that, you go back to 10th right now. I mean, they're all right there.
Yeah, go on.
Not only that, drivers just last pit on lap 56. So about lap 76. Start looking for these guys to start coming down pit road, Terry.
Wow. Derek Paul, Ty Morosso getting around a 33 of Perkins. Easy Ty. Woo. Perkins actually had to back off so he would not run over that one car.
Steven Johnson now looks to the outside of that 33 of Perkins, goes down to the bottom side of the racetrack, looking to the inside of Ty Morosco coming off turn 2. Good side-by-side battle.
I think Perkins is actually faster than Morosco, but he just can't get a break to get around him. And Stephen T. Johnson gets up behind the one of Ty Morosco. And here comes the 32 with John Perkins, or I'm sorry, not John Perkins, Andy Polisky. I don't know why I looked at that car and thought it was Perkins.
Nice try though, Terry. That was good. you almost had it.
Almost. Stam, I just happened to look out in the outfield or the infield there at the trucks. I seen the 36 truck of Hank Caston actually loading up their truck or loading up their car heading home.
Well, I do want to point out, Terry, it looks like the 12 of Mark Arthur, he got back out on track. And it looks like Kobe Sutphin actually made his way back out on track as well. So good to see those guys stick it out here.
And I have a message from Mark Arthur from Jamie Walker. Says Mark can thank him later for letting him get this bye this week since Walker didn't show up. Back up front, we still have a good battle going on, man, between the 76 and 99. 66.
I think that 76 knows, Terry. He's got to stay close to this 99. I mean, you got pit stops coming up here real shortly. This is going to change everything. Once we see the strategy here, Paulson said you could take tires the rest of the way.
Well, I don't think Rick Thompson told us when he took tires the last time. So
he said he should be good.
Okay.
So we're going to have to find. Right now, he's looking good out there in second, right behind Chris Carroll. I mean, looking for the race lead right now.
I mean, this would be a fabulous night for that 76 car of Thompson to get a win or even actually get the top 3. Without going through my computer to find out where Thompson's been this season, I mean, it's a heck of a run out of that 76.
He's got the speed right now, Terry. I mean, we've seen speed out of this 76 crew before. So, I don't know. I think he has a good shot at it here. He's going to have to nail this pit stop, though. That's all he's got to worry about is this pit stop. The thing is, though, Terry, he's kind of in a good seat right now because he could jump down before Chris Carroll, maybe a lap before him if he can, as long as strategy plays out. And he can short pit Carroll, maybe get that race lead back through the pits.
Very well could. Now, let's see. Yeah, they both paid 56. Pretty much everybody lap 56 pitted. That was 21 laps ago. So, yeah, they're going to have to be coming down here really soon. But I have not heard one driver call out a pit stop yet.
Well, they have to get to at least lap 76. We had 50 to go there on lap 70. So I'd say here very shortly. They also could have been able to save a little bit of fuel under those cautions there, Terry, too. Because remember, we did have another caution where they were able to save fuel. So
right. Chris Carroll drops all the way down to below the apron. Try to get a little speed and get away from that 76 of Rick Thompson. Rick says, drop down there all you want, man. I ain't going anywhere.
It's a really good race going on right now as Paulson looks to the inside of Thompson here down the back. He's got a nose there.
Here comes Paulson.
He's got a run.
He has a great run.
I tell you what, that 6 car, every time we come to this racetrack, that 6 car is up there racing for the win. This is not surprising out of that 6 Derek Paulson.
Okay, Chris Carroll. Oh! The 6 used the 55 of Ellison lap traffic as a pick a little bit. And Carroll just called out his pit. So Carroll coming this time.
Well, everybody kind of trying to get around that 55 right now, but here comes
Rick
Thompson. He's going to look to the inside of Carroll.
Yeah, they're all coming down to pits.
I think he was trying to mess up Carroll's pit entry right there, Terry. You see it. Here comes Paulson. Oh, my, this is crazy.
Who's got the brakes? Oh, the 76 hit. Oh man,
he's
the back
got
of the 99 twice.
Front end damage on the 76 of Thompson.
Oh, that's going to hurt him.
That's really going to hurt him. No, not good. Chris Berg stays out on track. Steven Johnson, Cody Gibson, Dalton Kilrow, Dustin Ping, Joshua Rutherford, Joe Alberico, and Philip Van Vliet all stay out on track. Everybody else has come down pit road.
Sam, Joe Alberico, look how many, he's up 29 spots tonight. An awesome run out of that 83.
Heartbreak City, though, for that 76 car, man.
Excuse me. Well, we're going to have to see what happens now with him.
Have to go on to his in-car cam a couple of times here, Terry, and just watch that temperature gauge. I don't know if iRacing will show us, but
right now, Dalton Kilrow is showing our race leader. He has not came down pit road yet. His last pit was at lap 61. He short pitted just fuel only.
Well, he came down during that caution, Terry. That second round of caution and topped off. So he can actually go probably quite a few laps longer. And if this stays green, this could really help him or really hurt him. He's going to lose a lot of track position right here, as a lot of these other guys have pit. You see Joshua Rutherford brings it down pit side right now.
Actually, Dalton Kilrow calling out his pit now. So after he comes down off of 3 and 4, he will be pulling her down pit lane.
And that's just it. With 38 laps to go, you really can't stay out too long. I mean, you don't want to lose all that track position. See the right side's going up on the 64 machine down on pit road right now. Dalton Kilrow going to be bringing it down pit side coming out of 4.
I'm going to ride along with Dalton Kilrow, see what he does. He ought to be taking tires, I would imagine.
Well, that'll put Chris Carroll back in the race lead, I do believe. Actually, no, Steven Johnson with a fuel-only short pit. He's out in front of these guys, Terry.
Wow. That number 2 car being strong.
Yeah, he's got a 2-second gap to Chris Carroll right now. Carroll took tires. Everybody behind these guys took tires. Except for, it looks like Poliski did not take tires. So, different strategies being played right now. Paulson working his way around Mike Hamlin, trying to get back up to the the 99 of Carroll.
Dalton Kilrow did take fresh tires, so he is good to go down and out and coming around to the pit lane exit.
I don't know how well that's going to be for him, though, because he's all the way back in 13th. Here comes Chris Legoo.
Somebody's name we haven't mentioned tonight.
Mr. Legoo, Terry. He's going to be Mr. 4-time here, I think, tonight.
Very well could be.
I mean, out of all the TNA Motorsports members, you got Chris Legoo in 14th. Then you got Amanda Sherman back there in 21st, Corey Sherman in 24th, and Philip Van Vliet in 23rd. So Chris Legoo going for another banner here tonight.
And Mr. Bachgerber must have left the building.
No, he's out on track.
No, he's on track. Okay, I see him.
I think he might have had he's got some heavy front end damage on that race car, so might have had some motor issues as well. And the number 44 got it fixed. Coming out, trying to. Looks like I think he's just trying to finish in front of Mark, Terry. They're starting to catch Steven Johnson, but they're all battling within themselves right now. Paulson to the inside of Hamlin. Here comes Berg in the 66. Paulson sliding up. Almost contact with Carroll right here as they come up on Steven Johnson. Carroll's going to have to get out of it big time.
Poliski Paulson not giving an inch for Carroll as the 28 of Hamlin actually was able to trying to get around Carroll as he does.
Yeah, nobody gave him an inch right there, Terry. They really used Steven Johnson as a pick right there, and they put the fastest car up out of line and said, no, sir. That's just good racing right there. That was smart.
It is. Very smart. Also now showing as our race leader, Mike Hamlin right now getting challenged by Chris Berg in that 66.
Side by side coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Advantage to Hamlin right now with that momentum on the top. Let's go back and take a look at the fifth place car, Terry. Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Haven't talked about him all night long, really. He was quiet pretty much all night long, sitting there in top 5.
Well, he's doing exactly what he wanted to do, man, and just basically keep it clean, finish this race.
Derek Paulson working around. I believe that's the 20 car of Mike Massengill, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is.
Oh, Massengill on the wall.
Trying to stay out of the way of these guys, I'm sure. Might have just got up into the wall a little bit. Shout out for Massengill for staying out there, though.
Paulson about ready to put Bach over another lap down. Bach over moves to the high side. Let's get around him.
All right, Terry. Well, we know they can go about 20 laps. When do you come and get that last set of tires? When do you make that final pit stop? Do you come with 20 to go, or do you run it out?
I'm running it out. I'm going to run this thing out. I'm coming out with fresh tires and a full tank of fuel.
It looks like they're going to be pretty dang close here. Everybody last pit on lap 80. We still got 32 laps to go. So it's going to be, I don't know, Terry. We're going to find out what happens. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, they should be, 80, 100. They ought to be coming in about
10, 12 laps.
Oh, man, it's going to be real close.
Here comes Berg challenging Paulson for the race lead coming off of 4.
I think the 28 of Ham was actually stalled out back here in that third place spot. He's not gaining nothing on these guys. But Carroll is catching that 28 as Berg gets around Paulson. Paulson just so close up behind that 66. Paulson needs to watch getting that close to that car. No air on the front of that car could actually blow that motor.
He's got clean air in between them now. Losing a little bit of ground here to Chris Berg. Berg now in position. Good position to win this thing if he can maintain that lead. Mike Hamlin runs 3rd. Chris Carroll 4th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in 5th. They're all right there, all on a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to go back. Looks about 2.1 seconds back to Brian Zimmerman, who runs in 6th.
Sam, I just happened to look at some of my notes. So this is race number 12, but in the past 11 races, we've had 8 different winners so far. So can Chris Berg make this, another win for a first-timer?
Right now, it's looking like he's going to make that happen. It looks like Paulson might have burned his stuff up. See Brian D's back out on track. Good to see a 17 able to get back out there and try and salvage a good points day, get some more points.
I mean, we heard in his voice how disappointed he was. We also kind of heard in his voice just how tired he is, doing that 24 than getting up and doing this today. Whoa.
So let's kind of bounce around a little bit here. See where everybody's running. Steven Johnson not taking tires that last stop really hurt him, Terry. He's back in 10th now. But we know he has to because he took 3 sets of tires super early in the race. So Johnson really just trying to hang on out there. Doing a good job right there behind Ty Morosco, who runs 9th.
So, Sam, I'm actually looking at our bracket at the moment. Right now, Gibson is leading over Josh Rutherford. And, of course, Mark Arthur already won it with Walker. Lawson and Hamlin. Not sure where those guys are.
Hamlin's in 3rd.
Hamlin's in 3rd. Oh, yeah, 3rd. And where's Lawson at?
22nd.
Okay, so, yeah, there's that. So, again, the big one is Ty Roscoe, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Those two are teammates, and they're head-to-head tonight. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is in 5th place. Ty Roscoe sitting back in 9th. I think that's going to be a heck of a battle yet. We're going to see. Then we got Kilroe Van Fleet. Van Fleet back in 19th. Kilroe is 12th. So Van Fleet's got a little bit to catch up. Seats and Paulson. We see Paulson up front in the 2nd place. Seats is, he's 39 laps down, so we can give this one to Paulson at now. Ellison and Sherman. These are my last ones to look at.
Ellison and Sherman. Corey Sherman's back here in 24th. Paul Ellison, 28th.
So there's well, what's the lap time? 2. All right, Corey on the lead lap. So right now it goes to Corey Sherman. And with these being as many laps down as he is with Chris Carroll, we can pretty much say Chris Carroll is going to win this head-to-head tonight with him.
Well, Terry, I might stand corrected here with 25 laps to go, at least for right now. The lone Dutchman out there in 19th. He's 2 spots ahead of Chris Legoo. Right now, Philip Van Vliet, he's sitting in the banner spot. And for those of you that don't know, Terry, let's explain it to everybody out there. What we're talking about is that the highest finisher of the TNA Motorsports team gets a banner on Shop Talk every Monday night at 8 p.m. on TNA Motorsports Facebook page. So make sure you guys tune into that tomorrow night. But when we talk about the banner, that's what it means. Whoever's finishing ahead of their teammates is who gets the banner.
So that's funny you brought this up, Sam. Right now, my shirt that I have on, it's my banner shirt that I won. It's crazy. I got 17th place at Pocono last season, and Corey and them jokingly sent me a shirt. But hey, I'll take it, man.
Chris Bergstall in the lead.
Nice lead.
Yeah, about a 0.8 second gap right now, increasing as well. So I think the only shot Paulson has right now, Terry, is to short pit this number 66. We got 23 laps to go. Pit stops are going to be coming up here pretty quick.
Sam, I'm watching the 99 at Carroll. I don't know if he's got damage or something, but Taylor Butcher Benjamin was able to get around him pretty easily.
He was driving that car pretty hard on that restart, Terry. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he burnt the tires off in that number 99 and just starting to go backwards.
And I happened to see a couple cars go past lap traffic of Fred Thompson. Fred Thompson's car looks like a modified without that hood. So that thing ought to be nice and cool anyway.
Well, going back to the tires here with these guys up in the front, I mean, we see it with Derek Paulson too. Chris Berg was able to get around these guys pretty clean, pretty smooth. Paulson really had to fight for it, and I think that really hurt his right side tires. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's another driver who kind of conserved his tires when they were all battling super hard. Now you see him there in 4th. Same with Mike Hamlin. He was fighting them guys pretty hard, but he was able to save his tires just a little bit, hanging on to 3rd.
And I believe Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually is reeling in the 28 of Mike Hamlin. I mean, slowly, but I believe he is reeling him in. Maybe try to get that podium finish tonight. Brian Dees actually now in the 17 is calling his pit out. So I think pit stops are going to start shortly. As Brian Dees is actually 18 laps down. You know what, Sam? I'm just wondering if he's bringing it in because maybe he can't get any more spots.
I don't know.
That's very possible.
I mean, it's possible, but he could be having problems with the engine again, too. It could be overheating too much for him.
Very well could be.
21 laps to go. Chris Berg, your race leader, newcomer here to Blazing Pedals. It's kind of had
Brian Zimmerman calling his pit stop, along with Ty Morosco in the number 1. Rick Thompson's calling his out.
You see Rick Thompson, man, he fell all the way back to 12th. That damage really hurt that 76.
Yes, it did. And Thompson actually needs a caution so he can keep coming down pit road to try to get that front end fixed up a little bit. I mean, he had a fast race car early.
Derek Paulson actually closed the gap a little bit here, Terry. Not by much, but gap now to a half a second.
And those guys, we know those guys will be coming down. Tanner Mark calling out his pit in the number 4 car.
Derek Paulson on pit road. Gonna try short pit in the 66. 19 laps to go here, Terry. They can make it the rest of the way.
Absolutely. I'm going to see if Paulson's got a set of tires. Chris Berg calling his pit, so he's coming down this next time.
Hey, he's going to have to. I mean, he's going to lose a lot of time here once Paulson gets on them fresh tires and gets ripping around the racetrack.
Derek Paulson's car goes up on the right side, getting some fresh. They're not good years no more. What are they?
No, they are good years on the
Oh,
Xfinity
these
car.
are good years in this. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Four fresh, and he's out, man.
Chris Berg hitting pit road right now. Mike Hamlin right behind him. Dalton Kilroy stays out on the racetrack.
Chris Berg. Go
Gotta
ahead.
save fuel, Terry. Trying something fancy, as always.
I don't think he's going to have to worry about it tonight. Chris Berg, 55 mile an hour, makes that left turn over to his pit stall. Perfect stop on that car.
Yeah.
Right sides go up.
Right now, the 41 wants a caution. That's what the 40, and he wants it literally like right now.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but he's going to keep it out one more lap.
He is shutting his car off, Sam. It sounded like he did.
On board with him right now. Doesn't sound like it to me. He might be pitting this time.
It might have been the way I switched my cars around, listening to who I was in.
It's Josh Rutherford. He actually just brought that 64 machine down pit road. So he's in the pits right now. Phil Van Vliet's still out on track. Yeah,
so I'm thinking
Dalton's not saving.
I'm thinking Van Vliet is trying to get some points for leading, but it seems like every time he stays out, he has to pit when the leader comes down. So here comes the leader now, Dalton Kilroy down pit lane.
Well, when Philip Van Vliet decides to bring his 89 Toyota Camry down pit road, he's going to hand it over to Derek Paulson, Terry.
He's coming down now.
He was able to jump the 66 here on the racetrack during pit cycle. And he's actually out to a 1.3 second lead. So Paulson going for the win here tonight.
Dalton Kilroy, no tires, fuel only.
Interesting call. He's trying. I think he's just trying to hang on to whatever position he can get right now. He's going to lose a lot of them right here.
Is he? Man, a late race caution. I don't think that's going to help him.
The only way it's going to help him is he's going to be able to go get fresh tires and try to drive through the field. But even on a green, white, checkered scenario, I don't think it's enough time. Back up to the front, coming out of turn number 4. Going to be 15 laps to go here at Michigan. They just made their final pit stops. Derek Paulson in the race lead. Chris Berg 1.1 seconds behind him.
Derek Paulson working around lap traffic of the 3 of Sherman with a nice little lead, little over a second over Chris Berg in the 66. Chris Berg, nobody around him, got clean air. Oh, he's catching up to Sherman now. I think he's going to make light work of the 3. Hitler Butcher Benjamin, nobody around him at the moment. Fresh, clean air.
Did
Chris Carroll
something happen to Mike Hamlin a lap down right now, Terry? He came in under pit stops in 3rd. I don't know if anything might have happened to him or not.
Right now, he's behind Steven Johnson, which is actually sitting up in 6th place. Steven Johnson does not need to race that car. That 28's a lap down.
I think the 28 got caught speeding on pit road, Terry.
Oh, no.
So Sam Lawson right now is ahead of him.
Oh, wow.
So just like that, with 13 laps to go, Lawson might be moving on in the bracket.
Back up front, we see Chris Berg actually starting to run down that 6 car of Derek Paulson.
But has Paulson been saving his stuff for this, knowing that he's going to have to try and hold him off?
Very well could be. I mean, he looked like he's entering nice and easy, not trying to get it down all the way to the bottom, not running them tires apart or trying to tear them apart. I mean, excuse me.
He's there with 12 laps to go. Taylor Butcher Benjamin is 2 seconds behind Derek Paulson right now. So unless something happens to these two, I don't know if Taylor's going to be able to run him down. However, Taylor was fast on that last green flag run. The longer we went, the faster that 10 car got.
Yeah, I think that 10 car has got something for these guys up front.
Battle for the race lead right now. Berg took a peek there coming off of turn 4. He's there, Terry. 11 laps to go. Looks again. Here we go.
Chris Berg takes that lead.
Hey, he took that lead with ease too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, right around Paulson. Paulson didn't even give up a fight, or put up a fight, I should say.
Behind them guys, third, fourth, and fifth. Third and fourth actually made their way around the 99 at Carroll in ease. Actually, I think Carroll actually told him to go ahead and go, as Steven Johnson is now trying to find his way around that 99.
Ten laps to go. Derek Paulson now trying to run back down Chris Berg.
So we're pretty sure Chris probably had to use up his car a little bit to get up to Paulson. Does Paulson wait for about 5 more laps and pour the fuel back into that 6 car and try to get up there around him?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've never seen somebody lay over like that in the race lead with, 10 laps to go. So, I mean, maybe Paulson burned his stuff up and that 1 lap extra, Berg paid a lap later than Paulson, so he's got better tires. So but if that made that big of a difference, that's insane.
But Paulson is not letting him get away.
Yeah, he's hanging right there with him. The gap's about 0.2 seconds. Right now, you see it right there going down the backstretch. A couple lap cars ahead of him. 9 laps to go. You see Brian Dees, he gets up out of the way.
Of course, Dees and Paulson teammates. So Paulson may have told him, hey, man, we're on your way.
8 more times around.
Paulson actually lost a little bit of time to Berg right there on that last lap.
That gap out to 0.3 tenths of a second right now. Almost 4 as we come off of turn 2.
And we got, Sam, I know what you're looking at, but we got a battle back here for 5th and 6th between Carroll and Gibson. Gibson gets up behind Carroll again. He was side by side a little bit ago, and here, Gibson I thought was going to look on the outside. Decides not to.
Maybe he's trying to get a run right here off the corner up on the top groove there, Terry. He's got a good run here coming down the front stretch. We got 7 laps to go. Gap still hasn't increased all that much for the race lead. It's now out to 4 tenths of a second right now.
Again, Paulson slower than Berg, but not by a lot.
If we look at the last lap times, it was a 40.40 for Berg, a 40.42 for Paulson. Berg's just going to make that car wide and make it last for 6 more laps here, Terry. Gap's shrinking, though.
Yeah, I think Paulson's actually going to do what I thought he might do. Wait till that 5 laps and maybe pour it on and try to get up there to the 66 of Berg and get around him for this win.
I don't know. It looks like that Paulson is a little bit better in turns 3 and 4, whereas the 66 is better in 1 and 2. You see it right here. He's pulling the gap on him to the center of 3 and 4, but when they get down into 1 and 2, 66 pulls away just a little bit. Gap's still about 4 tenths of a second right now as we cross the line for 5 laps to go.
Now remember, Paulson finished second here last year behind Chris Carroll, and is Paulson going to have to take another second place tonight?
Unfortunately, right now it looks like it, unless he can turn it on and get back up there. He's there. He can make something happen. I don't know. It looks like Berg might have just maintained his stuff a little bit better than that 6 car did.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin still in our 3rd place, but he really doesn't have nobody behind him that's contending with. But yeah, John Perkins almost 2 seconds behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Taylor's about 4 seconds behind our race leaders here. 4 laps to go for Chris Berg in the 66.
Derek Paulson has anything left in that 6 car, he needs to use it now.
Well, remember, we did interview Derek, so maybe that broadcaster's curse got him again.
That could be.
Coming up to some lap traffic here, though. It's only 1 car. We'll have to see how it plays out. See if the 66 can get around him quickly. See if Paulson can follow right behind him. 3 laps to go here at Michigan. Look like that is the 27 of Michael Miller. Looks like Chris Berg's going to go to the top side of him here coming out of 2.
Michael Miller washed up just a little bit. I think it made Berg come off his line, but Paulson's able to get around him. Berg's able to get around him.
Paulson was a little bit quicker last time by, but gap still about 0.4 of a second. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for newcomer Chris Berg.
If Chris runs this race, he will be the 9th winner out of the 12 races we've done this season.
Down and back straightaway. It looks like he's got clean racetrack ahead of him, and he does. Nothing to worry about now, Terry.
Yeah, Berg almost got a half a second away from Paulson right there. I don't think Paulson has anything left in his tank for that 66 car.
Out of turn number 4, it's going to be white flag in the air presented by Priority Auto. Paulson, about a half a second back off the 66 of Chris Berg. Down into turns 1 and 2. This is where the 66 has been best all night long over the 6 car. Down and back straightaway for the final time. He had an up and down night, started out front, or started up near the front, I should say. Fell back a little bit, made his way back up towards the front. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Chris Berg, newcomer to Blazing Pedals, taking home his first win in the series here at Michigan. Who would have thought, Terry?
I know. A heck of a race right there. I'm kind of going through our bracket right now, trying to find... okay, I got that one. Gibson Rutherford. That'd be Gibson. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. We just see Chris Berg win this race. Derek Paulson second, Taylor Butcher Benjamin third. I just want to get through the bracket real quick. So we had Cody Gibson against Josh Rutherford. Cody Gibson walks away above him tonight. And as we seen early in the race, Walker and Arthur going at it. Walker no show tonight. That gave Arthur a well-needed bye since he was 44 laps down. Sam Lawson, Mike Hamlin. Sam Lawson wins that battle. Tom Roscoe, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, teammates right there. Taylor Butcher Benjamin in that 10 walks away with that win. Kilroe Van Vliet. Kilroe walks away with that one. Then we had Dave Seats in the 14 and Paulson in the 6. And we just seen Paulson finish second. So he'll walk away with that bracket win. Paul Ellison into 55 and Corey Sherman into 3. Sherman finishing above Ellison, so Sherman walks away in that part of the bracket. And then we had Chris Carroll and Brian Dees, as we've seen Dees have trouble late in the race, so that give that into Chris Carroll, and that is your bracket starting next week for the 300 at Bristol. I know Sam right now is actually moving drivers up so we can talk to them. Then, like I said, next week we go to Bristol for 300 laps. I won't be here. I will be on a well-needed vacation again. So Sam will have to do Bristol all by himself. That means he's going to have to find all the wrecks and stuff. So whenever Sam's ready, we can get through this.
I'll tell you, I'm just now getting the third place finisher for you here, and you got him.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Terry and Sam up here. You got us?
I got you guys.
Buddy, how you feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, at the beginning of the race, I know I qualified up pretty decent, like 4th, but at the beginning of the race, I was having a hard time figuring out how much I needed to push this car and was just getting past left and right. Fell back to like 13th or so before the first pit stop, but I think I was able to figure it out a little bit in the second or third stint and got lucky for as far as the way some cautions fell. And just like I was telling you in the pre-race, just wanted to keep the car clean and race hard when it counted, and came away with a P3, so can't complain about it at all.
Yeah, you done a great job in that 10. Well, I was kind of watching there. It's about the last, 10, 15 laps. You had nobody around you whatsoever. Did the car seem to be okay in the clean air then?
It was pretty decent in the clean air. I mean, wasn't that bad in dirty air, actually. And just as long as I managed my temps, which I actually don't think I got a warning for my temperature all race, but
okay.
Had a good couple battles there with John Perkins there for a while, and seemed like he and I just couldn't get away from each other. And what do you know, he finishes 4th right behind me. So it's fun racing him and fun racing everybody else, and only had about 2 or 3 cautions. So overall,
yeah,
pretty good race, I'd say. So
you on our bracket tonight, you went up against your teammate Ty Roscoe. Of course, you win that. And something happened to Ty finishing 9th, and again you get to 3rd. So who you got on the car tonight to think, buddy?
Well, Ty and he actually went for 2 tires there on the last pit stop, but then kind of got I think the 71 car came. He came out like right next to me and kind of held up that group a little bit, but I still think I would have got him anyway. But anyway, definitely thanks to Michael Falk, MFRD Racing Designs, for this Detroit Lions paint scheme. I'm a Ravens fan, but we had a little fun with that, so paint was pretty cool. Of course, thanks to everybody else in the league, you for doing the broadcast. Haven't seen Chris Berg in a while since the old Cessra days, so neat for him to come back and win in his, I think this would be his debut. And
yes, it is.
Definitely shout out Derek and all the other guys for, I think all 5 of us, well, except for Brian. He kind of got screwed there on that one wreck, but the rest of us finished in the top 10, so good show for all of us.
All right, bud. Well, we'll get you back down to your team there. We go to Bristol next week, buddy.
That's always a wild card.
Exactly.
I've had a couple top 5s there. I think I won a pole there last time we were in the B car, so at least I got that going for me. But we just like everybody, gotta survive the whole race, and because trouble's lurking around every corner, so gotta definitely keep your eyes open and keep the car in one piece for, how long is it, 300 laps or something?
It is 300 laps, bud.
Yeah, so definitely a lot can happen in that period of time, so looking forward to it.
All right.
Driver the number 10, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, coming home in 3rd place. Thank you, Terry. I have now caught up with our 2nd place finisher. That's Derek Paulson in the number 6. Derek, we talked to you midway through the race there. You took home the True Sim Productions Halfway Point Award, so congratulations on that. Come home in 2nd, man. What could you have done differently to get up to that 66 of Chris Berg?
I honestly don't think I could have done anything.
he was quick. He was a lot faster than me, and then he could sustain it. And well, granted, he had one lap fresher tires too. But yeah, I don't know. 27 kind of made my entry and exit in 3 and 4 bad that one lap, and then I was just too far behind. And I don't know. I don't think I could have done much different. I am cursed here in this league. I think this is either my 4th or 5th second in BPL. Luckily, I do have one win here, but second seems to be my cup of tea here at this track.
Well, hey, you really can't complain all that much. Like you said, you got a second place. Great points tonight for that number 6. You had two teammates there in the top 3, you and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. So good job for that. Tell you what, man, who do you got to shout out for making it all happen tonight?
Well, I got to thank especially you and Terry up in the booth. You guys do a great job every week. Got to thank MFRD, all the drivers here tonight. Dalton and Taylor and Ty and Brian and myself. I gotta thank them. They're always great to race with. I gotta thank Michael Falk Racing Designs. I don't know if you can see, but I've got my lovely governor's paint on this car today for Michigan. Us. Yep, man. I figured trading paints would do that to me. So, well. Anywho, it's on my car, but yeah, I figured I didn't change it fast enough to beat you guys. But anywho, I gotta thank. Let me look here. I got Savage Edge for sponsoring the league. I gotta thank CJR Graphics, Southern Shores Realty, Butt Kicker, and I'm missing somebody, but there's so many that helps make this league great. It's been a great season, and I look forward to the rest of the season.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again on second place, and we'll see you next week for Bristol.
Oh, and one thing is, I will be on vacation next week, so I will be watching you guys.
All right, we'll see you the following week.
Yep. So I will. I'll wish everyone luck next week.
All right, there. Congrats again on second place.
Yep.
All right, Terry. I believe you're catching up with our race winner. You got him.
Chris Berg, welcome to Blazing Pedals, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Man, awesome race out of that 66. Kind of talked me into about the last 10 laps because you was able to get around Paulson, but he was able to stay up with you for the most part until about 5 laps to go.
So I noticed the second to last run before we pitted, I ran a lap longer and I was able to run them all down. So I knew on the long run I was going to be better and be able to catch him. So those last 10 laps, once I got by, I was just trying to hold that gap right there and save my stuff just in case he made a charge.
And I honestly, if you watch the replay back, I actually said that I thought Paulson might have been laying down a little bit to wait for that 5 to go to catch up to you, but that did not happen. Actually, you started walking away from him even more. So, congratulations on your first win. This is your first race with us, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, that is correct. The first one ever in here, and I did not expect this to happen. I'm pretty ecstatic. Heart still beating fast. It was a great race though. I mean, I had a blast. A lot of clean racing too, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, we're definitely glad you're here, man. Awesome job out of that 66. Who do you got to thank on the car tonight, bud?
Got my sponsors on the hood. You got Pacific Aerial Services. You got Vapor Trail Clothing. Oh man, now I'm drawing a blank as well. You got In the Shadow Brewing on the car as well, and my whole Blackhawk Motorsports team.
All righty. So, well, we head to Bristol next week, buddy, for 300 laps. Any expectations there?
I just hope to make it all 300.
I understand that, sir. So, all right, man, we'll get you back down to your team, and congratulations again on your first race, first win of Blazing Pedals.
Awesome. I appreciate it, and I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors in Blazing Pedals as well. Without them, we couldn't do this.
Absolutely. Thank you, buddy.
Race winner number 66 of Chris Berg, newcomer to the league, Terry. Man, what a race. Final thoughts?
This race, was a lot better than I was expected to see tonight. I thought that everybody's going to get strung out, and we wasn't going to have racing like we saw. I'm very happy to see that. Again, we head to Bristol next week for 300 laps. And Sam, I know I already said it once, you have to do it on your own, buddy. I got to take the wife on vacation, so I'll be gone and hopefully back in time to do Milwaukee with you.
All right, Terry. Well, you would leave me alone for Bristol, but that's all right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning in to True Sim Productions here on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, brought to us by Savage Edge Graphics. We're going to get out of here, and we'll see you next week at Bristol. Hope you all enjoyed it.